Hello everyone, Josh here with Enemy Impact, bringing you guys some more Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links via Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro deck testing like we did before. I've been enjoying doing this series. I'm going to continue doing this, especially every time we get some new leaks, or maybe if I ever get a cool deck idea or a deck that I would just love to see in Duel Links that is not here yet but could be here soon. I'm going to start using Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro to do all those deck tests for you because they've been very popular on the channel. You all have loved them so much, and I've been very much enjoying doing them. It's also a nice little break from Duel Links itself, so it's really, really cool to do. But today, we were here. Now, the new box drops tomorrow. It'll probably be here tomorrow night around 8 p.m. Eastern Time, which is usually when boxes drop. And one of the new decks that you can make is, of course, Morphotronics, which we've already covered that in a previous video. And now you can also make a Buster Blader deck. So, very, very cool. So we kind of went ahead and threw together a deck that we felt would be good. I feel like if I just change this deck up just slightly, it could work with the skill balance in Duel Links and be perfect. Now, what is the win con? Excuse me. What is the win con with this deck? Well, basically, it's to turn all your opponent's monsters into dragons, steal their monsters, using this bad boy, Destruction Swordsman Fusion, which is a quick play, by the way, and attack into him either, basically crash into him doing piercing damage with Buster Blader, the Dragon Destroyer Swordsman. So, really, really cool. You can make a Dark Paladin with this deck as well, which could be good to negate spell cards, etc., etc., as long as you have resources in your hand. And we even threw in one Stardust, because believe it or not, you can actually make a Stardust with this deck if you need some kind of monster protection from destruction cards. There you go. You can make a Stardust with this. So we just went ahead and teched in one. You probably won't use it that often, but it is possible to use it. And I don't really feel like you're going to need more than one Dark Paladin, especially when you got 3 Buster Blader, the Dragon Destroyer, which is the main gimmick of the deck. And now you can make your monster extremely powerful too by making everything on the field in the graveyard dragons. It also really cucks spell books by using DNA Surgery. Just completely shits all over spellbooks. They are in a lot of trouble at that point because they are no longer classified as spellcasters, therefore cannot use Fate or some of their other spellbook cards. So it could be very, very powerful if you get DNA Surgery off against a spellbook user, which spellbook should be making a big return, unfortunately. Slow mode activate. So be sure to grab a lot of pillows because you guys may need some naps when you play a spellbook player. You will need lots and lots of sleep during their turn. Another deck that's going to be prominent next season, basically starting, well, actually probably starting tomorrow when the nerfs hit a lot of the cards. You're going to see a lot of Blue Eyes. This deck just completely shits all over Blue Eyes. I hate to say it, Blue Eyes is one of my favorite monsters, if not one of my favorite archetypes in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Ever. But, unfortunately, this deck really does just shit all over that deck. Just shits all over it. Absolutely shits on it. Another deck you're going to see prominently featured next season will be Vampires and Yubel. And we see a few of those matchups here today. And what's really cool is today we're playing in tag duels. So it's going to be a little bit different. My partner, Card Fighter, from the Discord is actually using Morphotronics. So we have a collaboration of sorts between some of the newer decks you're going to be seeing in the new box. He's running Morphotronics, and I'm running, of course, Buster Blader. And we're also playing against Ratchet and Dark. They are both playing against some of the other various meta decks that I asked them to play so we could kind of do a good deck test. I made a couple misplays in this video as well. It would not be an Enemy Impact video if I didn't make at least 1 or 2 misplays here and there. You guys know. So, anyways, we are running 3 copies of Buster Blader. Kind of need that. We are running the new Buster Whelp of the Destruction Swordsman. This beast is amazing. This is where we can play our Stardust if we wanted to, because it is a dragon and it's a tuner and it's 1 star. Buster Blader, of course, being a 7-star. Boom. You can make an 8-star Stardust because you can actually tribute this card off and actually special summon a Buster Blader from your hand, and I believe maybe the graveyard as well. From your hand or graveyard, yeah. So you could easily set up a play for Stardust if you need it. Like I said, that's an afterthought. It's just there in case. It's just an added bonus. And then, of course, we also have the Dark Hex-Sealed Fusion, which is good as fusion material as well. And then, of course, we got a couple searchers for Buster Blader. Emblem of the Dragon Destroyer. I'm only running 2. I don't think you need to run more than that. 3 copies of Destruction Swordsman Fusion. You need 3. I'm sorry. If you want this deck to work and be consistent and be powerful to its utmost potential, you're definitely going to need to run 3 of these. So Yeah, you are going to have to hunt into the new box for all three. Good thing it's a mini box, I suppose. Floodgate Trap Hole, you need it. You either need Floodgate Trap Hole, in my opinion, or you want to run any combination of Floodgate and Drowning Mirror Force, or just run 3 of either with your 3 DNA Surgery, because being able to stall as much as you can to set up for some of your plays could be crucial in a deck that theoretically could brick slightly. It's not as brick heavy with this build as you might think, because we really only have 3 tribute-based monsters. So that's not bad, because then we're running 6 that can be used otherwise. And what I think you could honestly do with this deck is you could theoretically cut this down to 2 Buster Bladers and only run 1 emblem. Add in add in 2 additional spells that could help you, like maybe Econ, for example, or Cyclone, or whatever you feel like you may need to deal with back row, perhaps. And then you can run the balance build. You'd run 8 monsters, 6 spells, 6 traps, and you are good to go. But enough of the deck list, enough of all that good stuff. And by the way, Buster Whelp is needed at 2 at minimum. 3 would be optimal, because he can search out, of course, your Destruction Swordsman Fusion, which you also want to run at 3. You could probably get away with it as 2 if you want to run a budget build, but 3 is definitely optimal. But anyways, so we talked about the deck. Let's go see it in action. Now, we got 3 replays for you. Here we go. And these are tag duel replays, so keep that in mind. That's why our life points say 8,000 instead of 4, because we are playing a tag duel. It's Ratchet, Flame Flash, which, by the way, is Dark from the Discord, versus myself and Card Fighter. And that's the same team setup that we go into for all 3 matches. So let's go and take a look here. Alright, so... Oh, we're looking at our opponent's hand here. So they are running Blue Eyes at first. Alright, here we go. Alright. So my starting hand is a Dark Hexsealed Fusion. I got a Buster Whelp. And I got 2 copies of Destruction Swordsman Fusion and 1 Buster Blader. So I can already go in hard on my turn 1, which you guys can see here. Look at that. We actually used Azure Eyes as tribute fodder, basically, for our Destruction Swordsman Fusion. I guess you can't technically say tribute fodder, because I know people will be getting on my ass because it's incorrect. They're really anal about it. So I'd say it's used as fusion material. There you go. I don't want to trigger people. But so we're actually stealing their Azure Eyes that they just wasted resources on trying to get out to protect themselves. We actually stole it using our quick play spell card to use it as fusion material, and we bring out the big beast, the Buster Blader, Dragon Destroyer. And of course you cannot attack directly, but look at that attack. What is a Blue Eyes deck going to do? Of course, you could try to run Psycho Ace with the Arcana skill, but, you know, I think a lot of people are switching that out because it's still very inconsistent and brick heavy, and they're actually starting to put in Relink Karibo to use for that free draw power with Cosmo Brain. So, again, like, if a Blue Eyes player runs into this deck and you don't just have an outright catastrophe of a brick, you're going to beat the Blue Eyes player all day long. And there's not really much they can do about it except sit there and just lose. But anyways, let's go ahead and keep it going. Alright, so you can see their hand here. They're setting up some of their back row plays. They have a Silver's Cry set, 2 of them in fact. And of course, our partner, Card Fighter, is running Morphtronics. Look at this. Amazing. We already showcased how awesome Power Tool Dragon is, especially with the OP card C&D. And here we go. We're just going in. Now, he made a misplay there. He should have canceled out his attack with Power Tool and attacked with my Dragon Destroyer. But, you know, hey, misplays are a part of the game, and it's fun. So I went ahead and summoned a Buster Blader. He's going to go ahead and use Power Tool. I'm going to use his Power Tool as well for attacking. They're now down to 1,100 life points. I use that to steal his Blue Eyes and grab out another Dragon Destroyer. Look at their attack stat. 5,800 attack, 5,500 defense. Absolutely disgusting. We won the duel that way. They just went in with Protector because they knew the game was over to lose. Absolutely disgusting. All right, let's go to the next replay. All right, now our third replay we lost, but we made a few misplays, and that's kind of why. Oh, we got to swap again. So, as you can see, they're now running Vampires. I think this is actually a mix of Vampires and Cyberdarks. I feel like one of them was running Cyberdarks, one was running Vampires. They just kind of want to showcase a little bit of different things. So they got a set enemy controller, a set Vampire Takeover. They have a Vampire's Desire in their hand and a Samurai Skull. While my starting hand is Destruction Sword Fusion. I got a Buster Blader, another Fusion, and a DNA Surgery. So let's go ahead and play this out. So I'm going to go ahead and set a DNA Surgery, and I went ahead and set a Destruction Swordsman Fusion. Now, I was waiting for the Grace Play to come out so I can actually steal it, thanks to DNA Surgery making everybody a dragon. And instead, we actually ended up stealing, I believe, one of the Cyber Darks instead. But making everything a dragon is just so disgusting. Look at that. He's going to go in for an attack. We're going to steal it to bring out our own monster. 6,800 attack, 6,500 defense. He's going to use Accelerator. He's going to Econ Take off of that. He's going to set the Treasure Trap Hole, and he played Scopin, and I still have my Swordsman just chilling there, and it's just going to get ugly from here. It's going to get absolutely ugly. He was afraid to actually play his monster in attack position with Grace because he thought he was going to get snatched up because of how disgusting the Fusion quick play spell card is. It's disgusting. And we won that way. So, very disgusting matchup. And who would have thought Morphtronics and Buster Blader are a very good team. Very good team. Now, this is the matchup that we actually lost. And this is by far Buster Blader's toughest matchup, I think, of the new meta. And that's going to be Yubel. Because, yes, you can play around Yubel. You can snatch up Yubel to use his fusion material. But then it could I don't think they miss timing. I might be incorrect there. If it does miss timing, I'm sure you guys will let me know in the comment section below. But either way, they'll be able to probably get out a Nightmare off their Incarnate if you do snatch up their Incarnate, which is fine. So if you can find a way to also snatch up their Nightmare as well, or deal with Nightmare in some kind of way, then you should be okay. Because you're not really too worried about Phoenix, because even if they do take out your DNA Surgery, you can always play another one. You're running 3 of them for crying out loud. And if you can get your Dark Paladin out pretty quickly, you can also shut down their Fire King Island plays also very early. You can even sack off your fusion spell with Dark Paladin and get it back by discarding one of your other cards that you may not need. And then, you know, you just can go off to the races at that point. You can even somewhat play the stall game yourself if you're not creating much draw power using your whelps. And you can actually drag the duel out so long to where they can't do anything. Because if you put your monsters in defense position, they can no longer crash in there with Yakshka. And if you got Paladin there just nuking every Fire King Island that they try to play, they're dead. They're going to deck out and you're going to win. So there are plays there. But unfortunately for us, I made the misplay in this duel. Card Fighter got the misplay in the last duel. I got the misplay in this duel. And I believe the misplay in this duel actually cost us late game. But, hey, it's still fun to showcase. So let's go ahead and swap these over to our actual deck here. And as you can see, he's running the Morphotronics with a good hand. So they're going to play Fire King Island turn 1. They're going to use that on Phoenix. So, of course, we can't set no back row, unfortunately. I'm going to search for another Buster Blader. I'm going to bring out a Paladin early. And here we go. And by the way, you'll notice that was the misplay where I screwed us in the game here. Because if I go back to previous, let's keep going. How far back we got to go here? All right, right here, I should have attacked. So I actually missed out on doing 2,900 damage there. They have no Kribo in hand, as you can see. So I completely missed doing a free 2,900 damage, unfortunately. So that is actually, spoiler alert, going to cost us the duel. Later in the duel here, I should have attacked there. I was so used to summoning the other Buster Blader monster and completely got shafted. So Dark Paladin, I summoned him. I had 2,900 damage and I did not do it because of a misplay. But anyways, let's keep going here. So he's gonna bring back that. He's gonna destroy that. He's gonna destroy himself. He's gonna set a Yakshka, of course. All right. Now Card Fighter is gonna bring out Power Tool Dragon. He's got Sing and D. Now, Sing and D, of course, is a good counter to Yubel. All right, here we go. He's going to do 3,300 and 2,900. See, if we would already have done the 2,900 originally, we already had game right there. We would have won the duel right there. We had game. And unfortunately, it just didn't happen. And then right here, I made another slight misplay. Actually, I don't think it was this turn. Yeah, it was the next turn. The next time it's my turn, I made the next misplay. But it's not really a misplay because it wouldn't have mattered what I would have done. Alright, so we're going to use Dark Paladin to destroy that Fire King Island. Alright. Here we go. He's going to bring out another, I don't remember if he brings out another Power Tool. No, he doesn't have the resources for it. So he's going to Karibo me, put me in defense position. He's going to set the Treacherous Chapel, and this is where we pretty much lost the duel. We didn't have no hope at this point. And as you can tell right here, I played DNA Surgery to boost up my monster's attack, my Dark Paladin. But here's the funny thing. I actually forgot to switch to attack position into attack for game. But it would not have mattered because, unfortunately for me, he had Treacherous Chapel anyway, and that pretty much sealed the game. So me not attacking for 2,900 with Dark Paladin earlier in the duel actually cost us the win. Otherwise, we would have went straight 3-0 in our tag duel matchups. But you know, that's my fault completely. So I'm not going to blame the deck. The deck is still extremely powerful. It's very consistent, surprisingly. And if you run it, like I said, with a skill like Balance, it could be even better. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. I've been enjoying doing these Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck test videos for Duel Links, using the Duel Links format and everything like that, playing with fellow members in a Discord. So if you guys ever want to jump into one of these types of videos, be sure to join our Discord in the description below, and subscribe if you're new to become an Impact player today. I hope you guys have all been enjoying these little series I've been doing here with the Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro for deck test. I will continue doing them in the future because you guys have all loved them so much. And hey, let's try and get another 100 likes on today's video because they've been doing so well, so why not? Until next time, I hope you guys all have enjoy the rest of your Sunday or Monday wherever you are. Until then, peace. Oh, and P.S. Buster Blader is actually really powerful. Damn.